Okay, so let us start with immediate next concept to object-oriented programming concepts. After OOPS, so we have to understand extension to that is abstract classes and interface concept. So this is very important concept. You have to know very well about this. So what is abstract class is the question. Okay, so basically questions goes like this: what is abstract class? Okay, which class you can call as like abstract class? Okay, so answer is simple: if any class contains at least one abstract method, we can call it as abstract class. Fine. Okay. So what is abstract method? You have to understand. I will get to that. So what is interface? What is interface? If any, okay, if any class, okay, it's not about class. Okay, if interface contains only abstract methods. Interface contains only abstract methods. Then what is class then? What is class? As per the methods understanding, based on the methods, we are trying to differentiate these three things. What is class? Class is quite opposite to interface, or interface is quite opposite to class. Class contains only concrete methods. Only concrete methods. So this is a one line definition between to differentiate class, abstract class, and interface. So now I have differentiated all these three things on the name of methods, correct? Right. So you have to know little bit more about methods before getting into this concept actually. So before giving these three questions and answers, I should have discussed this concept. But anyways, you see types of methods based on implementation. Based on implementation. Okay. Not types of method only you can say. First one is concrete method. Okay. Or else first one is abstract method. Second one is concrete method. So what do you mean by concrete method and what do you mean by abstract method, sir? So yesterday we were discussing types of methods: non-static methods, static method, right? And class methods. Those are different types of methods you can implement in OOPS. But there is another classification we are going to study in terms of methods, right? So based on the method based on the code, okay, based on the code implementation. So basically, what is abstract method? Abstract method, it is a method without any body, okay, or code, without any body or code. In the sense, you are not going to define any logic in the abstract method. Then what we define, sir? You only define def, method name, and parameters, self or whatever. Okay, so basically you just give method prototype, method name, def, method name, and then parameters. That's it. You will not implement any logic. Okay, right. So then what do you mean by concrete method, sir? So it is again quite opposite to abstract method. It means it is a method with body, okay, or code. In the sense, so whatever the methods, M1, M2, display, insert, this kind of methods which we have done, in last sessions, those are all comes under concrete methods, because we have minimum written one print statement on almost all methods, right? In some methods we might have written some 2 3 lines of logic, but bare minimum at least one print statement we have given, correct? So that's nothing but called logic, right? So providing some sort of logic, that method is called concrete method. So method with body, method without body. Without body is called abstract method, with body is called concrete method. Abstract means what yesterday only we discussed, is hiding, not showing anything, correct? So that's what in method you just implement, but you will not, you will just write, but you will not give any code. So these are the two types of methods what we have. Now let us try to understand exactly how these plays roles. So class you have to understand, right? Abstract class means what you have to understand, and what is interface you have to understand. Fine. Okay, so let us try to understand these three with some differences, and where we will have to use what at point in time I will let you know. Fine. So this is 100%. Whenever you are implementing class, it must be 100% of concrete methods. Have you ever seen that any method I have not implemented with logic as such? No, right? In class concept, every other method, whenever I open M1, M2, display, insert, whatever, modify, whatever it may be the method, I have written minimum one line. Okay, without writing logic, I never left any method. Am I right or wrong? So that is nothing but called, you in your class you have to implement every other method mandatorily, or else it will not agree, who interpreter will not accept. Fine. So what is abstract class? Abstract class, okay, we will come to abstract class, but you see here interface is what, ulta of class is interface, that you already got to know. So 100% abstract methods only, correct? 100% abstract methods only, right? So these 2 points are very easy for us to understand, right? So point comes here. So confusion arises here, where here, okay, once, what happened? Okay, so it is combination it is combination of, tell me, it is combination of what? It is combination of both abstract methods and concrete methods. Okay, so a class which is coming up of with both abstract methods as well as concrete methods, then you have to name it as like abstract class. It cannot be any more normal class. Okay, so but what is the constraint, I will have to tell you here. Okay, so rule is, okay, a rule is, rule is minimum minimum one okay, there can be, okay, there can be 0 to, please write down these points, very important. There can be 0 to, I'm just extending here, but you write down in middle column only. There can be 0 to n number of, there can be 0 to n number of, one sec, there can be 0 to n number of concrete methods. Okay, but there should be compulsory one abstract method must be there. Abstract method must be there. Are you understanding, guys, what I'm saying? So in abstract class, in abstract class, you can implement one concrete method, you can implement four concrete methods, two abstract methods, five concrete methods, 10 abstract methods, 100 concrete method, 200 abstract methods, right? So any number of combination of abstract methods and concrete methods you can have. It can be a combination of both. But ground truth is what, right? See, interpreter will not focus on how many number of concrete methods you are defining, but it will focus on whether at least one abstract method is there or not. It will check if one abstract method is there. Okay, it will go ahead and make understand that class has like not normal class, it is going to be an abstract class. Understood? So that is what the key point. Now the next point what you have to understand here is, okay, the second point, can we create objects? Okay, so same question, can we create objects to class, can we create objects to abstract class, can we create objects to interface? This is $1,000 question in interviews. Okay, 80% of the students commit mistakes. Can we see, saying yes or no does not help, you have to make interviewer understand, am I right or wrong? So if yes, why? If no, why? So that is what the point you have to make understand. So first try to guess the answer. Can we create objects for classes? Answer is, say yes, no. I'd like to see in the chat, can we create objects? Of course yes, we have seen lots of programs, enough of programs we have seen, we can create objects to classes. That's correct, very good, thank you. So can we create objects to abstract class? Now try to give answers. So, okay, so Padma is saying yes, Harshita is saying yes, Varun is saying no, yes, Kirti, yes, no, no. Now confusion started. Half people are saying yes, half people are saying no. That is how it will be, right? So, in when you go for interviews, also there 200 people have come, 100 people know answer properly, 100 people don't know answer properly. The guys, those who know answer properly, also they cannot able to just out of hundreds who are saying yes, in the interview room they cannot justify properly. So that's how you will feel. So point is, answer is no. Okay, we cannot create objects for abstract class. Okay, right. Now tell me answer for third point, interfaces. Can we create objects? Again Varun is saying yes, Santosh is saying no, Aishwarya is saying no. Okay, so now I think slowly you are coming into a track. Most of the guys are giving no. Yeah, you are correct. So we cannot create object for interface also. Fine. So what is this concept, or why we can create object, why we cannot create object? We are not really clear. Okay, if that is the case, just to see with a small example. Okay, right. See, just come out of the subject. I just wanted to give a small example. See, you are manufacturing a calculator, imagine. Okay, you are manufacturing a calculator, and you have your shop to sell calculators. Fine. So calculator has got some x number of buttons, correct? So button 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, and 6. So if these 6 buttons are working, then only you are supposed to sell this calculator. Am I right or wrong? If all buttons are working, then only you are supposed to sell this calculator, because end user may click on any button tomorrow, it should work, right? With that sense, you will try to manufacture your calculator. Let us say if you are trying to manufacture a calculator wherein out of the total number of buttons, what you have done is only 5 buttons logic is working, right? One button is not working. Which button is not working? This button is not working. When this button is not working, tell me, can you able to go ahead and sell this calculator? No, you cannot sell. Why? If you sell this, if end user click on this second button, this button, okay, if end user click on this button, what the output will come? Nothing will come. So he will click on this for 100 times, and say next day morning he will come to your shop and he'll throw this calculator on your face. Am I right or wrong? So what bloody calculator you have sold it to me? So this is not working properly. Okay, so you may say that, sir, other all buttons are working. No, please adjust. Means will he adjust? He will throw it back to you, right? Whether are you returning money or not to him, he will not bother. With full of angry, he will throw that calculator on your face and he'll get out. Correct? Right. So you are not supposed to sell. That is what the point you have to understand here. We cannot sell this calculator because this is incomplete, right? This is not functioning. Okay. Now, if you have understood the concept, you can guess what I am going to explain here. Here you have manufactured the calculator, but the concept is nothing button is working. Okay, no button is working in this calculator. Now, can you go ahead and sell? Okay, you cannot even bring this object to the your shop also. At least you brought this, you kept in display, somebody without knowledge purchased and returning back tomorrow on your face. But this calculator, it's a dummy stuff, right? Nothing button is working, so you are not supposed to sell. If you sell, people will file a case on you. Imagine. So what you have understood from this concept, tell me. So is it something we can relate to here? Point is, every button is a method, imagine, right? Every button is a method. Okay, every button is a method. So in your class, if you implement all methods logic, then only your class will allow you to create object. In the sense, not class, in the sense interpreter will allow you to create object for this class. See, when it comes to abstract class, when you are trying to create object for this abstract class, why interpreter will not allow us to create object? Because see, interpreter will think, hello, mister, first you implemented one, no, so fine. You implemented two, no, fine. You implemented all five method, that's fine. But where is the logic for this method, man? If tomorrow my client end user coming to your class and if we execute this method, right, what output I should go ahead and display? Tell me, right? You are not written any logic, right? When you have not written any logic to this method, okay, if for your safer side only, I am not allowing you to create object. That point you have to understand. Don't jump for object creation. First complete the logic of all the methods and come to me, I will allow you to create object. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because tomorrow end user if executes this method, what to respond to that method output, your interpreter doesn't know. So that is the reason it will restrict you to create object for abstract class. So if this you have understood, same explanation here. Here only one method you have not implemented logic, I am not allowing. Right side you see nothing, no, zero methods, you have given code. In the sense 100% methods are of with no logic. Bugger, first go and implement all the methods with the logic, then come to me, I will create object for you. So this is, with this understanding, I hope you got the clarity for point 2, why your interpreter is not allowing you to create object. Fine. Okay. So right, so let us go ahead and try to understand how do we create abstract class. Okay, after, okay, so first before that, I would like to tell you why, sir. And conceptual wise, we are understanding what is abstract class, what is interface, but where these things will get helpful for me in real time. Let me tell you. Okay, so where these things will get helpful for you in real time means, okay, let me give one example. Example is see, question paper with all answers written. Okay, so a question paper with all answers written in answer sheet. Okay, so this is called a class. What do you mean by that, sir? 10 questions people have given. For each question, answers also have been written and giving it to you. Okay, so that is an example of a class. Now, what is abstract class? Can you guess? Question paper with some answers, filled, and left, some left for us to write. Okay, so out of 10 question paper, let's say 8 answers are filled, 2 questions, 2 answers. People are asking 2 questions. People are asking you to write answer. Okay, or maybe 5 questions I've given answered, and other 5 questions you are supposed to answer. Maybe 2 questions answered, another 8 questions you are supposed to answer. So point is, you have to answer at least one question for sure. Not 100% of questions are coming up with answers. I hope you have understood, right? Now, with that understanding, tell me what I'm going to write here. Question paper without any answers written, giving given to us. Okay, given to us for our given to us, expecting us to write answers for all questions. Are you understanding what I'm telling? So with this, you have to be so much clear what is interface, what is abstract class, and what is class. So class is something where you don't have any role to play, right? So class comes up with all methods with logic implemented. You have to just calmly, you have to go ahead and utilize the class, right? Abstract classes means what? It's a combination. So some portion of the class logic you can obey, and other portion of the class logic you have to implement on by your own. What is the interface? Interface comes with zero implementation. No questions have been answered. 100% of the logic is been expecting uh, by you, meaning end user only have to give, end developer only have to build the logic. Okay, so object creation concept, evaluation can be done, correct, because all answers are filled. Same example, right? So no, can't do evaluation. Am I right or wrong? Since some questions are unanswered, we can't do evaluation. Of course, not no one question is answered, can't do evaluation. Right? So are you getting understanding the concept of abstract class and interfaces? Okay. So tell me a real-time example. All these concepts, implementation wise, we have understood. Tell me real-time example. If that is your question, you see, now, now let's say I am giving a class with add and let's say, okay, class X. I'm giving add and sub code. Okay, imagine add and sub methods code I'm giving. Okay, and here I have written 20 statements, and here I have written 30 statements, right? And I'm forcing you all guys to take my class code. Okay, so what I'm saying, guys, you see, okay, so I am forcing you guys to take my code. Hey guys, write down addition logic 20 lines and subtraction logic 30 lines. Now, now from the batch, let's say Aishwarya is laughing at me. Come on, sir, addition, why you are writing 20 lines of code? I can do that in 3 lines. Okay, so now Santoshi is thinking, sir, subtraction, you have given 30 lines of logic. Come on, sir, I can do it in 2 lines only. So she is thinking, these people are thinking on their own minds, but they are not talking to me. Silently they are taking the code whatever I have given. So they have to silently obey whatever I have given. So this logic they did not like it. Okay, they did not like it, but still obeying due to respect they are taking straight away. Okay, so this is the using class properties silently. Right, now let's come to uh, okay, now what abstract class fellow, so this the same class, whenever I'm writing here, so like this, same sub and what is that we have defined, and add, okay, or mul and division. Okay, so in one class I kept these three methods and then I'm implementing. Now Saket is coming and telling, right, he is telling, sir, you are giving here 20 statements, 30 statements, right? I will agree. I don't know subtraction logic, I will follow your code. Multiplication, you are giving 50 lines of code, no? Okay, I will agree this also. But come on sir, are you mad or what? For division, why you are giving 100 lines of code, right? So this is bullshit. Okay, division I can do in 3 lines only, 4 lines only. So please allow me not to take your code. You give division without implementation to me, right? So you give division without implementation to me, and I will so this is these are all implemented in one class called X, and I'm forcing to Saket and everybody to take with 30, 50 and 100 lines. So Saket is saying, so sir, I will utilize your subtraction method or multiplication method because I don't know them, but I know very well what is division logic. You are bullshitting with 100 lines. You don't give logic to me. And what I will do is I will write my own class called Saket, right? My own class called Saket, and see, this is super class. This is super class. Okay, and Saket is the subclass. Means what? In the braces you will have to write X. Are you understanding? Saket of in braces you are writing X, right? And these three classes will come and fall in your Saket class, right? So what Saket is doing? Saket is redefining division logic in his own class. So what is this concept called? Tell me. A method which is present in superclass, the same method if you are rewriting logic in subclass, what is this concept called? Can you guess what is that concept called? A method which is written in, yeah, overriding. What overriding? Ritika overriding or Yuktesh overriding or Python overriding? Tell me, Ritika, what overriding? Method overriding, yes, tell me that. Method overriding, got it. So abstract class concept, whenever you are talking, method overriding will come into the picture for sure. That is what the point you have to understand, right? So continuation to this example, right? Okay, so now let's say I have given like what, so see your add sub, okay, all putting in class, and I'm giving dev, okay, as well as mul. Okay, when I gave all these things in a class, okay, when I'm trying to implement logic, okay, when I'm giving all these things in a class, when I'm trying to implement logic, your friend Vashala is telling, come on sir, you are saying all nonsense. These all things I can do in one each line. Okay, so I don't want to follow your 30 lines, 50 lines, 20 lines of logic. You leave it to me. 100% implementation I will only do. Okay, I will only do this 100% of implementation. You leave it to me. So then I have to create interface, and I have to give to Vashali so that she will give 100. So interface, what we have to do, same. This interface we have to extend here, and like the way how we have extended Saket extended class X, this interface X also we have to extend here, and we have to implement. So to the terminology of interface, see, extend, we are saying extend a Saket class. Saket is subclass, X is a super class, right? Saket class is extending the properties of X class, which is called super class. That is what the concept of inheritance. When it comes to interface concept, we will not call extend. We will call, let's say now Vashal is writing a class V, and she is going to define logic for all these methods in her own class V, right? So four logics she will implement, right? So she will not, she should say class V is implementing interface. This is a concept of Java. What I'm explaining is, listen for a minute. Class V is implementing your interface X. Okay. Implementing means what? 100% logics you have to go and write in your code. Correct. Okay. So basically, now in a way, some sort of understanding you got it, right? Abstract class means some portion we have to obey silently, and some portion we have to restrict ourselves, and we can give our own code for some other portion, right? Interface means it will comes up with zero logic, and it is our responsibility to fill up with all the functionalities of your methods. Okay. Now let me explain you a real time example. Okay. So our real time example is okay. This, there are, let's say there is Maruti company. Okay. Maruti cars company, right? Maruti. Okay. Maruti 800, right? So Baleno, this comes under Swift Desire, Swift, they all comes under Maruti. you know Toyota, right? Toyota is also one of the good company. Okay. So Innova kind of vehicles comes from Toyota, right? Now next, Hyundai, Hyundai. Okay. Adjust with the spellings. So basically, Hyundai i20, i10, these are all, uh, these are three different car companies. Okay. So now these people want to come to India. Okay. These guys want to come to India and make their business. So what Narendra Modi, what PM is telling to these companies, hey, I will allow you to come and sell your cars in India, provided on one condition. What is that condition? Speed limit must be 80 km. Okay, you have to maintain the speed limit, that must be 80 km, right? And and how do you make your steering? I'm least bothered. How do you make your braking system? I'm least bothered. How do you make your is it a fuel concept? Is it a diesel or petrol? I'm least bothered. How do you make your color of car? I'm least bothered. How do you make your size of car? I'm least bothered. Right? What I'm telling is only my constraint. If your vehicle should travel in India, sell in India means speed limit must you should maintain 80. Means what? Their cars will not go beyond 80 kilometer speed. Why this he is saying? Because road safety, right? For our safety only. Correct. So so PM will give an abstract class in which he will implement a logic with 80 kilometers code. Okay, 80 km code. Okay. And he will not implement method logic for all these things. He will put all these things and he will leave it empty. Now what Maruti people will do is, Maruti people will implement, well, they will extend this PM class, and they will give logic of their own methods. Okay. And Toyota also will implement PM class, wherein they have to follow speed is a concrete method, these are all abstract methods. So concrete they are not touching, they have to go ahead and touch abstract method, right? So likewise every other company has to inherit PM class, and everybody has to override all these methods. Understood? So this is what the concept of abstract class. I hope enough of understanding you got. Let's go ahead and proceed. So let's go ahead and proceed. Syntax of it. Syntax of abstract class. First of all, ABC. What is ABC? It is a predefined module in Python. Okay, predefined module means what? Whenever you install Python, you will get module called ABC. If you remember what are all modules will get covered in course, this is also one module, ABC. ABC is a predefined module in Python. Okay, so what is capital ABC? It is a predefined class present in predefined module small ABC. Now you understood? So it is a predefined class present in predefined module ABC. Fine. Now every abstract class which developer is going to write must and should extend capital ABC class from ABC module. Okay, from ABC module. This is the rule. Okay, this is how it is. Every abstract class must and should get extend the capital ABC class, which is from the ABC module. So how does it looks like? Let's go ahead and see in the program. Okay. Okay, ABS abstract class. First of all, you have to import, okay, from ABC, import ABC. From ABC, import ABC. You have understood, right? ABC is a property of small ABC module. So this only one property we are fetching using second type of import statement, that is from. So going forward, you will have to use lots of module syntax as such. I will not explain every time, first lines in detail. You have to understand. Right now class. Now I'm going to define my abstract class. At my ABS class, my abstract class, it has to extend which class? ABC class. Correct? This is what I was telling you. Correct? Yes or no? So class, if your abstract class here, my ABS class is abstract class. Okay, so the moment any class is getting extend with ABC, you should understand that is an abstract class. Means what you have to understand is, in the logic, at least one method code we are not going to implement. That is what the understanding you should have. Okay, right. Okay, so def uh, calculate. Okay, def cal self a comma b. Okay, now I am writing pass. Sir, what is this pass? Sir, pass means, I told you, if you remember, syntactically you need some statement to write, but actually it should not do anything. Am I right or wrong? Syntactically some statement is required, but it should not perform anything. So basically this is what my abstract method is going, abstract method, that is what you have to understand. Okay, right. Now add, or else, no, uh, m1 in m1 of ABS class. Okay, so what is this method, sir? This method is implemented with the logic, so this is called concrete method. So what is this called? This is called abstract method, and this is called concrete method. Getting my point? Okay, now you see, this is what the abstract class which I have given. Okay, fine. Now we are out of class. Okay, so let us say, now as I told you, Vashali wants to write her own code. So now what she wants to do is, she wants to, you can write your name if you want. So what she wants to do is, she wants to take this abstract class and she want to build logic for cal class cal method. So to take this abstract class, what the code she has to build? So class Vaishali, so on her name she is writing. Now she wants to take the ABS class into her class. Means what? Extend ABS class. So abstract class concept, whenever it comes, you have to understand, okay, it comes with some portion without implementation, so I need to extend that into my class, and then I have to write logic to it. So that's what the point you have to understand. Now she is trying to implement this. Now you see how many properties have come to Vashali class. Tell me, these two properties have come to Vashali class already, because we are inheriting this, right? Correct. So what she is doing now, you see, def only touching cal, okay, self excel, right? Okay, do I need to write the same name? No, no need, right? Self. Okay, now so print square value is, okay. So x star x she is doing, and she is not touching m1 because she is convinced with m1 logic. So m1 is automatically comes to Vashali class. Just that cal also came, but cal came with zero logic. Now she has implemented cal in her own way. As per her requirement, she has to do square logic, so she implemented. Now Vashali can give her program to client. So client will start creating objects on Vashali class. Okay, so Vashali object got created. V1 is a reference variable. V1 dot, if user call cal, okay. So first of all, V1 dot M1, will this work? Superclass methods can call using subclass objects. That is what the point it is. V1 dot M1. Am I right or wrong? Will it work? Control S F5. Can you check? Yes, it is working. Right. So this is not a new story for you. But V1 dot cal will work, and while passing on cal, it is expecting for one parameter, right? Because we have given one parameter. What is the parameter? Tell me. This 10 will go and sit in X, and this v1 is what? V1 is indirect address. This will go and sit in self, right? This you know, correct. So basically we are calling v1 dot cal1. So answer must come how much? 10 into 10 is 100, correct. So Vashali is claiming, proudly saying that I have implemented an abstract class where cal hasn't got any logic, but I gave my square program. Okay, that is the way she is claiming. Okay, good. So now now only Vashali can implement. So now from the other side, Santoshi is coming. So I can also implement. What is the so big deal? So she is also taking my ABS. Sorry, she is also implementing her own class. Okay, so extending abstract class. Okay, and what she's trying to do for cal, what she's trying to do is, you see, print power of power value. Power value is, okay. So x star star, let's say instead of power, let's put simple cube value. Okay, so cube value is x star star 3. Okay, so don't ask me, sir, what do you mean by cube? Okay, so you must be knowing for sure. So basically cube value she is finding out. So now what she is claiming, I have also taken abstract class, and I have also implemented abstract methods in my class, right? So you can also create objects to my class, and you can also, by default, m1 will work for every subclass. You can also call my cal, and you just try to put some value in it, and you see what happens. Where is x? Okay, y. So understanding, so this is a very simple example for you to make understand how we have to write abstract class, why we have to write abstract class. First of all, because some portion of the logic Okay, we before a right, see, manager will give a abstract class to 10 employees, and employees has to build their own logics. Okay, see, you are all my employees. 24 methods I am giving without any logic, with the 24 concepts, and I am assigning to you first method first person, second method second person, you have to implement. Okay, so you all will implement in 24 classes. Okay, so what I will do is, I will create methods for your classes, and I will leverage it. That is how it will work. Okay, so basically this is what the concept of abstract class. Okay, so just take this program. Let me have water. Any doubts you can ping. I'll just come in a minute. Just take this program. Okay, so taken. Guys, so I would like to explain the Maruti Toyota concept in a proper big program. You see, so same concept. So here is what you will write: car class, and so you see, car is an abstract class, and Maruti and, let's say, Toyota guys will have to implement this class. This is Maruti class, and this is Toyota class. Okay, and what we do after implementation, we create object for Maruti class and we create object for Toyota class, and we will leverage the car class in Maruti in these objects. Okay, so these objects are what? Let's say M1 or T1. Okay, so this is the structure I am going to build now. You please see. Okay, if you want, please take quickly. Done. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the program. So what is my program? Tell me. It's a car class. Okay, control S, abstract class ex2. Okay, so basically class car is getting inherit with ABC. So this line will not work unless if you don't give from ABC import ABC. Correct? Understood? So this line is common. You have to for sure import ABC module unless it will not work. Now you see. Now I'm going to take a constructor. Sorry. Now I'm going to take a constructor self dot quickly take the program. You have understood the concept. Same concept. The basically I will implement few. I will not implement few. So you have to understand. Self dot. Okay. No. Okay. So what shall we do is control S, control N, control V, control S. Okay, so class name is Maruti. Now, this is the first subclass which is implementing abstract class. What is our abstract class? You see, what is our abstract class? Our abstract class is car class. Okay, our abstract class is car class. Car class is present in which folder? Python 37 folder. Hey guys, first try to understand I'm storing all Python programs in Python 37 folder. But you should not do that. Okay. Just like that, I'm coming every day and just a control and opening new files and closing. So I don't have, I'm like little lazy to close all files and put all files in proper folders as such. So because I don't save programs as such, or every 3 4 days, 5 6 days, I'll just flush off all the programs, right? Because I never try to, meaning maximum times I will only type, okay, dynamically. So point is, you should not store programs Python 37. Okay, your interpreter will be going into button mode. Right, now the point here is what you need to understand, right? Car is a class present in car.py. See, small car.py is a module, capital car is a class, correct? Okay, now you see here, right side program is also present in the same directory. So now what I'm going to do is, you see, from small car, import capital car. Are you understanding? Small car is a module name, capital car is a property name. Why the reason you are importing? Because Maruti fellow wants to utilize car class and he wants to define logic for steering. Are you understanding? Okay. If packages class, modules class, if you miss, you will not understand. So this is simple. Left side mod1.py, right side your test.py program I am writing. As simple as that, right? Directly calling property, f1 property a. How I have called print a, print f1 without any prefix. From import I am using, and so the our previous line, if you really understand, from mod1 import f1. Okay, this kind of line only, above line is okay. Mod1 is the property name, f1 is the mod1 is a module name, f1 is a property name. Likewise here I have done my original car class as import. So steering, okay, let me elaborate and write. Hydraulic brakes. Now you create object for your Maruti class. Okay, m1 m is equals to, okay, or m1 is equals to Maruti. What you need to pass to Maruti, tell me? Sir, do I need to pass something here? Yes, no? You have to pass something to Maruti. Why, sir? Maruti class is extending a class called car. That car class has got init. Init means a car class has got constructor, and that constructor is expecting one value. So you have to pass one value to it. Okay, getting my point? This 1000, whatever you are given, this is the car number, car registration number. This 1001 will go and sit in this variable and automatically self dot regen. Okay, in this variable it will go and sit. So that's the reason you have given your value. Okay, now you see, m1 dot open tank. Okay, so open tank is a method of, okay, first you have to, before executing Maruti class, you have to compile your car class. Without compiling car class, that will not work. So come here, Control S F5. Can you see that? Open tank is a concrete method from the abstract class which directly executed. It worked like in the previous example M1 function. Now here M1 is a object. Don't get confused. So steering is one method which I have redefined in my Maruti class. So as per Maruti, it will work. Correct? And M1 dot braking. So I redefined this braking in Maruti class. It will work as per Maruti logic. Okay, right? So this is what the logic of Maruti class. Control A, Control C, Control N, Control V, Control S. So Toyota, okay, I'll just put both the classes so that you can modify. Okay, if this is Maruti class, and where is my Toyota? Okay, so left side is one is called Toyota class. See what changes I am doing. I am Toyota people are creating their own class, and they are also redefining. They are also extending car class. Okay, from the car module, and they are also giving a couple of new lines in the steering and braking functional. So just change this syntax. Okay, write down these three programs quickly. It is like power steering. Toyota uses power steering just to differentiate. That's it. And this fellow uses gas brakes. Okay. So Control S. Okay. Now registration number is different. Okay. Registration number for this vehicle is something else. Let's keep like this. Control S F5. Where is it going wrong? Okay. Obviously, we have to put the object name as Toyota. Control S. Okay, so don't get confused. This is T1. This is Toyota object. Control S F5. So basically your Toyota code is also working. In the sense, same like a previous program, what I have shown is the simple cal implementation. Now here, like couple of more methods we have implemented in our user defined classes. Okay, so user defined, see, Toyota is a user defined class defined by Toyota folks, and Maruti is a user defined class created by Maruti folks. So user defined class, technically we also call custom classes. Okay, so technical and smart name people give for user defined classes are called custom classes. Customized class is what we call, so custom classes. Fine. So quickly take this, we'll see another program. So likewise, car class can be taken by 100 different companies, and 100 different companies can give their own logic, right? Okay, so taken or taking, fine, take. Output I will not show, you have to only write based on the logic. Open tank, go and write open tank logic. Steering logic is there in print, braking logic is there in print. By seeing this you can write. Shall I proceed? Okay, so let me go ahead and discuss another last program which is very important. So what I said here, so interfaces in Python. Abstract class you have understood, and interface means what? This also conceptual wise you have understood. If there is no abstract method, then we should call it as like interface. So 100% logic will be implemented by us only. That you have understood. Like in in the previous program, if what is that? In the previous program, right, if open tank code is also given empty and asked user to give to implement by you only, in the Toyota you will implement open tank as well. That's the reason that then you will say that this is completely implemented by us, 100% implemented by us. So but actually when it comes to the concept of interface in Python, you should understand one point. What is that? Python does not support interface concept. Python does not support interface concept. So I told you, right, how it will be there in Java. If it is Java, interface X, okay, so you will write M1 without logic, M2 without logic, M3 without logic, right? So class Y, class Y implements X. So this is how, okay, whenever if it is Java, then we should not write colon. Okay, colon, sorry, it's flower brace. Class Y implements interface X. So what class will be doing in Java? So they will write some logic. Okay, some code they will write. So this is what the concept of interface, how it works in Java. So basically, underneath theory concept, you have understood. Interface means in these three methods without logic they must have given, and they are implementing this interface X in the class Y, and class Y three methods with the logic they have implemented. An object can be created for class Y in Java, and they can use these methods. And these three methods are never, interface will never able to create object because there is no logic to it. Correct. This is what the concept. So the same concept you may be expecting in Python also, but Python does not support interface concept. Means it's not that it will not support interfaces. It implements this concept using abstract classes only. Using abstract classes only. Okay, right? Okay, now I have a question. In which situation we can call an an abstract class as interface? Tell me. Definitions you understood, right? Interface means what, abstract class means what, you have understood, right? So tell me, at what point in time we can call abstract class as an interface? Hmm? See, 10 concrete methods, 10 abstract methods. Is it abstract class or interface? It is abstract class. 100 concrete methods, 100 concrete methods, 2 abstract methods. Is it abstract class or interface? It is abstract class. So 0 concrete methods and 4 abstract methods. So this is also abstract class. This is the concept of interface or abstract class. You understood the point? Point is, whenever if there is no concrete method defined in abstract class, that is also an abstract class, and that we are also calling as like interface. So if you have really understood, We are achieving interface concept through we are achieving interface concept through abstract classes only. This is what the point you have to understand. Okay, right? as as if we don't provide any if we don't provide any concrete methods, automatically that abstract class can be treated as like interface. That is what the point you have to understand. Okay, so write down a program and then I will explain. This is the last program. So what is my abstract class is? My class is abstract class. So def connect pass def disconnect pass. Okay, so basically this is what the method, a couple of methods which we are supposed to implement. Okay, so control S, now control N, control S. So this is, let's say, our Arkill folks are implementing this. I'll write and explain. First, you try to understand. Arkill class extending my class. Okay, so from okay, what is the name of my class present program name? Inter. Can you see that? Inter. Okay, so from inter import my class. Okay, from inter import my class. Now you can write whatever you want, don't get confused. Okay, class Arkill. Arkill has to extend my class, right? Because this is the abstract class which you have defined. So def connect self. Okay, print connecting to Arkill DB logic. Def disconnect print disconnecting to Arkill DB logic. Okay, don't write logic, you can remove it. It is understood that this helps in connecting and disconnecting. Okay, right. Control S, control S F5. So I have executed my class and coming to Arkill class, control S F5. So this is also working fine. Okay, but we have not yet created objects for this. We have to create object. O1 is equals to Arkill, right? Now O1 dot connect, O1 dot disconnect. Okay, control control A, control C, control N, control V, control S. This I'm saying as like MySQL. So my class name is MySQL. Okay, this program looks simple only, but I will tell you there is lots of meaning in this. Something which is related to database. First take and I'll explain. So M1 is equals to MySQL. So basically here what you have done, your abstract class has come up with the two uh, methods. Both the methods are abstract methods. So that is the concept of interface. 100% if you don't define, then that is called interface. But in Python, interface will not work. Instead of interface, we manage interface concept using abstract class concept only. So this is how it is. So now you see control S F5, this is working. Okay, so and this is Arkle. So what the difference between Maruti Toyota program and this program is? Their open tank is like you are directly utilizing. Here no method you are utilizing, all methods you have implemented on by your own. Correct? Understood? So in real time actually interfaces will be given for third party vendors, and third party vendors will implement the logic. Okay. uh, okay, so Arkle, just to take this program, I will try to explain something which is important. So after writing these two programs, write down generally interfaces are provided by programming languages. Okay, and these interfaces are implemented by different different database vendors. So in real time, these interfaces which have been implemented by database vendors, so those are called, okay, so these are called drivers. Okay, these are called drivers. Okay, so program taken. So let me explain and then I'll give time. See, Java language, Python language, PHP language, X language, Y language. Everybody wants to see Python, Java, PHP, .NET, okay, X language. Everybody wants to connect to database. Everybody wants to connect to database. You have multiple databases in real time. Okay, so all these databases, if you would like to connect, so these people will give interface. Okay, everybody will come up with one interface. Everybody will come up with one interface. Okay, so everybody will come up with an interface. And so if it is Arkle, okay, if it is Arkle, okay, Arkle people has to implement these interface, how to connect it to Python software. Arkle people has to implement this interface, how to connect it to Java software. Okay, PHP interface. Oracle people connect to, meaning implement this PHP provided interface, so that tomorrow all these developers can come and work with Oracle, right? Likewise, not only Oracle, like many databases are there. So DB2 is one database. DB2 people also will open the interfaces provided by all these programming languages, and they will also implement. So DB to implement this, different databases, PHP, .NET. Okay, every database vendor will implement the interfaces provided by every other programming language. If let's say DB2 says, "Hey, come on, I don't like Python. I don't want to implement Python interfaces." If DB2 is saying that, then DB2 is losing all the Python developers, right? See, every database vendor, every database owner, what they think, all all programming language developers should be able to come and develop database in my database software only, right? Everybody wants business, right? So everybody will think like that, correct? So if your MySQL should support every other programming language, means you have to implement interfaces as per the programming language only. These people will give only interface, and these guys have to implement according to their suggestions. Okay, so this is the concept of driver classes in Python database connectivity or Java database connectivity. You will come across once again, but try to understand. Somebody will give and you have to implement. This is what the whole point is. So take one last point and then we can sign off for the day. So differences between the abstract class and interface is, whenever okay, so basically there are 2 points here. Okay, whenever if some common properties needs to be shared, like speed 80 kilometers is the common property, right, for all car manufacturers. So rest all can be done on by their own. So at that instance you have to provide abstract class. So whenever if you would like to give 100% implementation, you would like to leave 100% implementation to the end user, then you should provide interface to them. That is what the only point I am trying to convey here. So this is done.